Yeah, so if you don't have some, just write a little example of a crisis here. Just think of an example of something that time you're in intense trouble, danger. Okay.
No.
Go ahead and share those sentences that you wrote, please, Braden.
Crisis
Yeah, I know.
when you're upside down on a roller.
Ooh, so I'm upside down on a roller coaster and maybe the roller coaster gets stuck. That would definitely be a time of crisis or a time where it'd be very much difficulty, trouble, or danger, any of those three. Okay? Really great sense, Braden. Why don't you go ahead and share those you put, please, Beckham?
An example of Christ.
Crisis. Crisis is what?
Yeah, I couldn't find anything.
Oh, okay. So what's an
Christ on here.
okay? So what's an example of a crisis? Do you think, Beckham? A time where you'd be in trouble, or you're in danger.
An example of Christ is when I need to get out of a situation.
What kind of situation though that would be a crisis?
A dangerous situation.
Oh, well, okay. What situation would be dangerous? What's a
I'm in a situation where people are shooting guns at each other.
Ooh, okay, so you're on the street. You're on the street, okay? People start shooting guns at each other, okay? That would be a major crisis situation because you'd be trying to survive, run for your life, right? That's pretty scary. Okay, really good example, Beckham. Appreciate you taking the time to figure that one out for us. And last example, Jack, go ahead and share with people, please.
An example of a crisis is hurricane.
Okay, so example of a crisis would be hurricanes, okay, because it'd be hurricanes bring a lot of trouble because they're really windy and they bring a lot of water and they can create a lot of damage, right? So that could be a crisis if you're in a severe hurricane. Okay, really great example, Jack. All right, okay, so I'm going to try to be on page 216, so we're just going to go take a look at the vocab words, okay? Before we go over the vocab words, just a reminder, today we're gonna continue reading Dawn of D-Day. Okay, so this is just when they first got on the beaches of Normandy. Okay, so remember they're talking about Germans were shooting them from the cliffs up above. What else? And they had to get off the boats, and they had really heavy gear, and there were people drowning in the water, so they're facing all sorts of danger from Germans shooting at them or them just potentially drowning in the water. So, learned a little bit about that yesterday. So let's take a look at the first vocab word. Everybody find it with your pointer finger. I want to see you guys point at it with your pointer finger. I want to see you point out with your pointer finger so we know what word we're looking at. What? Okay, well you got to point at it. We'll wait till you're ready.
My finger in motion.
Okay, I like the Jack's ready over there. Thanks for being ready, Miles. Appreciate you getting ready to go over there, Pilar. Okay, so that word, everybody say the word with me. The word is motion. What's that word, everybody?
Motion.
Okay, I didn't hear everybody. I need to hear you guys. The word's motion. What's that word?
Motion.
Good. Now I want to hear you say it to the person next to you. What's that word?
Motion.
Okay, we got to turn to the person next to you and say it to them. You can't just start me and say it. Okay, now I want to hear you say it to the ground.
Motion.
Motion. Now I want to hear you sound it out with me. You ready? Go.
Motion.
Okay, awesome job. So, when I saw my friend from across the room, I motioned for him to come sit with me. Okay? So, motion in this case would be to give directions by what with your hand or your head? What am I going to do? Moving or doing this, I'm doing what? Am I staying still? Am I staying still? Alright, okay, so when I motion to you, is motion staying still? Am I in motion right now? Am I in motion? Am I in motion?
Yeah.
No. Come on, guys. Okay. Okay, motion is to move, right? So if something's in motion, it's moving. Okay, so you guys probably heard the term slow motion, right? Slow motion means regular film or whatever, regular and really slow. Okay, so to give directions by moving. Okay, so to give directions by moving your hand or head. So, any of you, well, you probably have all done that to somebody. In one of these from really far away, you can't talk, so you one of these, that means come here, right? Okay, maybe I give you a little head nod, that means go that way, okay, I don't know. So those are all motions, right? Okay. Some people give bad motions with their middle finger on the rope sometimes. Okay. Anybody? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about? Okay. Alright. I'm not driving yet. Kaylee knows what I'm talking about. Alright. Okay, I'm going to read the question out loud. Here's what I need to see. I need to see pointer fingers pointing the question. Okay, I'm going to read it out loud. When I pause, I want you guys to say the word out loud with me. Okay, so I like that Jack's ready to go. Appreciate being ready to go back there. McKaylee, thank you, Beckham. And Pilar. Okay, reading the question. When do you
Motion.
Good, to show you need help. Okay, so when are you going to motion to show you need help? Okay, so you're going to say, I motion to show help when I what? What? I need help getting up. When I am trying to do my homework. Okay, when I have a... Alright, who's got money for school? If we donate anything, we will get to leave 40 minutes early.
If we donate anything?
No, it's $100.
Anything?
It's $100.
We'll make that class determination if we donate something to about like 8 people in here, so
That's about it.
I don't think we can get $100. If we donate something, I'll let you guys leave early. But you guys have to donate something. If we don't have anything, then we're not going to earn it. Okay, if you have nothing, does anybody have anything?
I don't.
Okay, is Karen's at a yes or no? I guess we don't have anything.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, sorry. All right. Apparently we must. Oh, 50 cents? Is that 50 cents? Oh, what?
Bro, suck my dick, pussy. Ain't nobody giving you shit, bitch. You're fucking broke. And I'll fuck with a blame. Get your money, I'm not your fucking funny goofy. Fucking goofball. Oh my god, you wrinkled my bills.
Mr. Larkin.
Fucking bitch.
Okay, Bill, I need you to come sit right here.
So I need help when I
Or sit back
try to do
back.
my homework.
Okay, distracting people around you, facing him, talking, whatever.
Copy the notes down.
All the way back. Listen to Jen. All right. Okay, so everyone have something written down here. So I motion to show help when I motion to show I need help when I am working on my homework.
Someone was just in.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Okay, never mind then, thank you.
Okay, so I need you to write this down. So I'm going to write motion here. Okay, let's write it down.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay, well, let's write it down then. Well, we're waiting. We'll do it later. We
When
will
I try to do my homework.
So we're gonna put motion in the first thing. And what's the time when you would motion for somebody? Yeah. So examples might be like.
I motion. So I need
Um.
help when I try to do my homework.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, you're probably gonna need a motion. Maybe need help mowing the
Copy the
lawn.
notes down.
No, you don't need help mowing the lawn. You got that on lockdown. All right, let's get this written down. 216, my man. Alright, so just make sure you put a period there. did you get that written down? Okay, so did you get a period there at the end? Okay, cool. Alright, okay, appreciate you guys getting your sentences written down for me. Just remember, it's very important to get those periods at the end of the sentence, okay? Just as a reminder, just in life, okay, in general, even after high school, you guys are still gonna write stuff, okay? May not be paragraphs and things like that, but you guys are gonna have jobs eventually and things like that. You're gonna have to write checks, do stuff like that. If you don't do it the right way, the message might not be fully understood. Okay? So that's why we practice it. Why don't you go ahead and share with us a sentence that you wrote, please, Michaela? Alright, so I motion to show I need help when I'm working on my homework. Yeah, so you're working on your homework, okay, you need some help, so you don't want to raise your hand, so you might motion to the teacher instead. Okay?
Yeah, I read that.
Move your hand. Okay.
I did it fourth grade.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and share what you wrote, please, Brady?
I show I need help when I am working on my homework.
Okay, so yeah, when you're working on your homework, you motion to somebody that need help.
Yeah.
Okay. Really good sentence. All right. When okay, so what is another motion you can show with your hand, Dylan? And that phone can either go in my pocket or yours. Okay, thank you. So what's another motion you can show with your hand besides like this? What's a motion that people show to each other? It's an example of one. You can say it or you can show me. Oh, Jen? What's another motion you can do? What's a motion you can do with your hand besides this? It's an example of one. It's something people do.
I know one.
What's one?
The birdie finger.
The birdie finger. Okay, so that's something we do. What else do we do with our? What else do we? What's that? What does that mean? Anybody? Anybody? What does that mean? You guys don't know?
Waving.
Wait. Oh, okay, I'm waving. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Saying hi.
Hi. Maybe it could be bye. I don't know. Okay, so we do different motions. Okay, maybe it's nonverbal. All right. So you guys know some of that stuff. So just think of motion as just moving. Okay. And again, if you kind of associate slow motion as like it's a slow moving. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the next word. The word is jumbled. What's that word, everybody?
Jumbled.
Okay, I didn't hear everybody need to hear you guys. The word's jumbled. What's that word?
Jumbled.
Good. Now I want to hear you say the person next to you. What's that word?
Jumbled.
I want to hear you whisper. What's that word?
Jumbled.
Okay. Yeah, whisper. Okay, now I want to hear you sound it out with me. Ready, go.
Jumbled.
Perfect. So, the puzzle pieces took a long time to sort because they were jumbled. So in this case, jumbled means what together in a messy way. So it's all jumbled. Are they separated or are they all mixed? What do you guys think? They're jumbled. Are they separated or are they mixed? What do you guys think? Is this jumbled, separated, or mixed? What do you guys think? Mixed or separated? What do you think? Is it all jumbled? Are you all mixed up? Or are you all separated out?
Mixed.
Okay, mixed, yeah. So let's go ahead and write mixed in the blank here. So if we are mixed together in a messy way, that would be jumbled. Okay? So you probably have heard the expression jumbled up mess. Okay, so just kind of think of like, that could be anything, like maybe your bedroom is jumbled because you have clothes all over the floor. Okay, maybe you like cooking, but you cook random stuff. So you jumble a bunch of stuff together, you mix them up in a messy way, but it still tastes delicious. Okay, anybody cook in here?
In cooking class.
In cooking class? What about at home? Anybody? You do, Taya? A little bit? Okay, so in foods? Okay. So, also think about jumbled would be like, you can think about like confused. So you might get jumbled over your thoughts, okay? You might get mixed up, okay? find the example question here. I'll just read it out loud. Okay, so it says, when your ideas for an essay are jumbled, how do you organize them? Okay, so teacher tells you to write about something. How do you organize them? What do you guys do to organize?
We're here to collect for the.
Oh, they've already stopped by us, so
Okay, they did.
Yep.
Alrighty.
appreciate it. So when your ideas for an essay are jumbled, how do you organize them? So in your history of writing and English and things like that, how have your teachers taught you to organize your thoughts with a what? How can you organize your thoughts? What are your teachers taught you over these years? How do you organize your thoughts? What do they tell you to do?
So read them again.
Ooh, all right, that's a really good example. Okay, so I might read them again. Okay, maybe to help you remember, we might write them again too. Okay, so I'll put read and write there. That was a really good example, Dylan. Appreciate you helping us out there. So when my ideas when my ideas for an essay are jumbled, okay, I organize them by, we'll say, reading. Use Dylan's example, reading, and writing them down again. Reading.
Answering.
So if your ideas are you're in your head, you're like, I want to write about this and this and this, but you're kind of not sure how to organize it. Okay, it's a good idea to write them down. Okay, appreciate you getting that written down for me. You good? Yeah, thanks for the help. Getting that written down. Doing really good. Just make sure you got a period there. Looking perfect.
I wrote that down.
Good
Okay.
job.
Looking really good. Appreciate you getting written that down.
I wrote it down as well.
Okay, thanks for getting that written down for me. Alright, everyone's doing awesome so far. Okay, I know, it's been a long day, and you guys are looking forward to the long weekend ahead, but still have a couple more days to make it through. So, before we read, what we're going to do is there's a couple more vocab words we're just going to go over quickly on the bottom. It's like there's one on the bottom of page 216 and one on the bottom of page 217. Okay, so just before we read, we'll touch on these vocab words really quick. So the first one on 216, the word is bayonet. What's that word, everybody?
Bayonet.
Wait, I didn't hear everybody. The word's bayonet. What's that word?
Bayonet.
Bayonet. Okay, so bayonet would be, does anybody know what that is? Just by saying the word, anybody know what it is? On the top of their head? Okay, so a bayonet is a long knife that's fixed to an end of a rifle. Okay, so you guys have probably seen pictures of, I don't know, maybe really old soldiers, revolutionary soldiers are carrying out these long rifles. It's got a big sharp knife on the end of it. That's a bayonet. Okay, they can be taken off and put on guns. Okay, most modern guns don't have them, but there's some military guns that do still have places for them. Not as much as they used to. It's more for you get hand-to-hand combat. You gotta take somebody out with your, basically treat your gun like a spear. I don't know. Okay. All right. And then the next word on 217, bottom of page 217, the word is dazed. What's that word, everybody?
Dazed.
Good. Thanks for saying that. Just say it one more time. Word dazed. What's that word?
Dazed.
Good. You guys are dazing me with how loud you are. So, is unable to think clearly. So, if I get a little dazed, I get hit in the head, I might be a little dazed. That just means I can't really think clearly. So, think of getting a concussion or something. You're most likely going to be dazed. Yeah. Which means you can't think straight. Yeah. If you've ever seen, we'll probably read about this, I'm assuming, but if you've ever seen videos of war movies and stuff, usually they'll show an explosion and someone gets they don't get blown up, but they're by the explosion. It shows them the kind of getting up and they can't see straight and everything like that. That'd be the same thing as dazed.
Hear that loud, high pitch.
Ears ringing.
Oh, that's just me.
Okay, so remember yesterday we started reading this. Allied soldiers landed on Omaha Beach in the morning of June 6, 1944 under heavy fire. Okay, we're going to read to find out what happened to these men as they continue to invade onto the beach. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read, okay, I'm going to read the first 4 paragraphs, okay? Here's the deal. I'm going to read the first 4 paragraphs out loud, okay? All I expect you guys to follow along and listen, okay? Once we get to paragraph 13, okay? So it's basically the 3rd paragraph down here, so starting right here. We'll read as a class, okay? And when I pause, I'm going to call on specific people to say the word out loud. Okay, we'll just go through that for the last 6 paragraphs, and it shouldn't take too long. Okay. While we're reading though, we want to think about the key idea question on the top of page 217. Okay, and that key idea question is, how did William Moody help get the Allied attack moving again? Okay, so they probably stopped. How did he get them moving again? Okay. So top of page 216. Soldiers staggered onto the beach, but dry land offered little relief. The killing zone lay ahead, 1,000 feet of open, dangerous beach. Before soldiers could reach the cliffs, they had to get past jagged steel beams, sharp barbed wire, and 17,000 buried mines. An hour after landing, the Battle of Omaha was an all-out disaster. All the fire had come from enemy guns, while the Allies had barely fired a shot. Okay, under this section, leaders step up. Paragraph 11. Then, just when defeat seemed certain, leaders rose up among the men. Individual soldiers, acting on their own at separate spots, stepped forward and got the attack moving again. Okay, so we're probably going to read a little bit more. So the key idea question is how to get it moving again. So I just started to mention this, that people are starting to step up. So we're going to probably read about this now. Okay? At 7:30 a.m., First Lieutenant William Moody was hiding at the bottom of the cliffs with about 25 other guys. They huddled inside a shallow sea caves dug out by the water. Okay, so just kind of imagine this in your head. How many of you have ever been to the ocean before? Nobody? You've been in the ocean before? Have you seen like cliffs there? It's not just straight beach. So just kind of imagine yourself, you're at the bottom of one of those cliffs and there's people up there shooting down at you. Okay, just imagine that in your mind. Okay? Alright, paragraph 13. Here's what I need you guys to do. Follow along with your pointer finger. When I pause, I'm going to call on specific people to say the word, okay? These last 6 paragraphs, they will go by fast. Okay, I'm only going to call probably on you each maybe once a paragraph. So as long as you're paying attention, we'll get through this, all right? So paragraph 13 starts with Moody decided. Okay? Moody decided to do something, anything but sit and, Miles?
Wait.
Miles, Jack, is your name Miles?
No.
Okay. Okay, so Miles, so right here. Hold over. Miles.
Oh, he's gonna wake up.
No, he's awake. Come on, I need you to do this. Otherwise, we're waiting until you're ready. We got a lot of class left. So.
Wait all day, then you don't get to go home early.
It's 12:46, by the way.
12:46?
Yes.
What time do we get out?
Well,
2:10.
2:10. Yeah, we didn't get
If we
much
all do
money.
this in time, we'll get out early.
So this class is like 2 hours now instead of an hour and a half. So
If we do as
we're
much
gonna
as
do an
possible.
hour of Read 180
Okay,
today.
listen. If we do as much as possible, we will get out of class early.
Just 'cause maybe if you guys want, we can go outside and play some frisbee outside.
That'll be cool.
We have basketballs?
No. Okay. All right. Okay. Miles, I need you to follow along here so we can get this done. What? No, I need you to pay attention. You're awake.
When you said wait, I thought.
You know what? You're not paying attention, so you need to learn the story because it's part of history. Hey, I don't care what you care about. It's all about learning here. You learn more diverse stuff. You're gonna be you're gonna a way smarter person. Okay, well more versed in everything. Okay, we're starting over paragraph 13 here. Moody decided to do something, anything but sit and wait. He could move his, Braden? Okay, wrong page.
I know where we are.
Okay, there.
You don't know
Man,
how far.
okay, so he can move his men up the cliff and fight back. Or sorry, how could he move his men up the cliff and fight back? The rock was much too steep to climb where they were. Moody, Beckham,
Motion.
good for 2 soldiers to follow him. Soon they were hiking along the base of the cliffs in search of a better spot to, Jack, climb. Good. A few hundred yards away, they discovered a crack that ran from the top of the cliff to the, Dylan? All the way from the top to the bottom. There we go. Okay, 216. You got this. I like to use a little context, but I want to make sure you're paying attention here. Okay, so right. Okay, yeah. All right. Last paragraph on page 216. One of the men jabbed his bayonet into the cliff's face and pulled himself up a few feet. Doing it again, pull up a few more feet, or a few feet more. Somehow, the 3 men reached the McKaylee without setting off landmines. And next page. So, I don't know if they put landmines on the side of the cliffs too, but I don't know. Okay. Top page 216. 217, I mean. At the top, they pounded in stakes and let down rope ladders to the Braden? Ground, good. Moody ran along the cliff to the place directly above where the soldiers waited in, Dylan?
Caves.
Good. Okay. The men stared up at the impossible. Lieutenant Moody had somehow made it to the Beckham? Top, good. Okay. Though a German bullet killed Moody later that day, he is remembered as a D-Day McKaylee?
Hero.
Good. The man to lead the first unit on Omaha to reach high ground. Okay? So, really quick, before we move on, just while we're this fresh in our mind, what did William Moody do to help the attack moving again? What did he do? What did they do? They climbed to the
Ground.
what?
Ground.
Climbed to the
To the ground.
to the top of the
On the ground.
top of the what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Top of the what? Top of the Tetons?
This
What?
doesn't make any sense.
Top of the
Top
mountains?
of the sky.
What do they climb to the top to? Top of what? It's a C word. Come on, guys.
To the uphill.
Yeah.
No. Top. No, come
Anything we're
on.
saying, this does not make any sense.
The top of the
I don't know. Coup.
coup.
Hey.
No, top of the cliffs, right?
Top of the cliff.
Oh.
You guys don't need to write this down yet. We're just gonna. This is so as a
Top of the
reminder.
cliff.
Okay. You don't need to write that down. Don't write it down. We'll put it up here in just a minute. Okay. That's just as a reminder because we were just talking about that. He died though, but he was the one that led the people to the top of the cliffs. Okay. Paragraph 17, starting with though Moody. Okay. So though Moody, paragraph 17. Though Moody's group had made it uphill, hundreds of other Beckham?
Soldiers.
Good. At Omaha were still stuck on the beach. Many of them were huddling along the seawall that ran the length of the beach, about 2/3 of the way to the Dylan. No. Bluffs. Good. Yeah. So bluffs is just like another word for cliff, I guess. Top of the cliff. Okay. The seawall, which stood about 5 feet high, was the only place to hide on the open beach. Dazed and confused, the soldiers were a jumbled, good mix of units. Most of their leaders, usually the first ones off the boat, were missing or McKaylee?
Dead.
Good. Okay, so kind of imagine this: you're on the boats, you pull up. As soon as they open the boats, people start dying or drowning. Everything. Leaders are dead. Okay, people are just—it's confusion, mass hysteria. All right. Last paragraph, paragraph 18. The tide was quickly creeping in and covering the Beckham
Short.
Good. What's a tide? What does that mean? What does that mean? The tide.
I think I remember, but I forgot.
What covers the shore? What?
In the water.
Yeah, the water. Yeah. So if you know, so the tides is, I don't know if it's high or low depending on the day. I don't remember which is what, but the moon's gravity somehow controls the level of the water. So if you're at the beach, certain parts of the day it's higher than other parts of the day. So I don't remember if it's.
It fluctuates all day long.
So yeah, just all day. If you're at the beach, so like the later you're at the beach, the higher the water gets. So if you put your stuff down somewhere close to the water, you're gonna have to keep moving it up and up because that's just called the tides. So I don't know. It's weird how it works. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not gonna get into it. Okay. By 9:30 a.m., seawater already covered most of Omaha Beach. Okay, so when they first got on the beach, it was beach, and then by 9:30, okay, there's a lot of water up there now. Okay. That left the men pinned on two sides. Ahead of them were German gunners. Behind them was the rising tide. Okay, so in front of you, you got people shooting at you. Behind you, the water is rising, which is going to put you in a situation where you could drown. Okay. So let's answer our key ideas.